The destruction of Lelusia Kingdom clearly showcased the immense destructive power of a weapon currently in the hand of Imu. The Gorosei talked about a great cleansing, which seems to have begun. The next target island of Imu is unknown, but we are aware of her request for more Mother Flames. The Mother Flames are the power source of this mysterious weapon. The current misconception in the community is that Imu does not have another alternative power source. So, without any Mother Flame, the weapon cannot be used. In this video, I will be showing you guys why I believe that Imu does actually have an alternative power source, but prefers to use the Mother Flame, and why she has a preference for Mother Flames. Let us begin. In the recent One Piece chapters, Oda has made it clear that the destruction of Lelusia Kingdom was made possible thanks to the Mother Flames that Dr. Vegapunk produced. This caused Imu to order for more Mother Flames to be made. The source of energy used to produce the Mother Flames seems to be the fusion reactor that powers Egghead Island. The fact that Imu requested for more Mother Flames has led to a general misconception in the One Piece community. In order to shed light on this matter, we have to look at the destruction of Lelusia Kingdom in full detail and compare it to another event that occurred sometime in the past. Upon close inspection, we see that the island was not only completely destroyed, but the topography of the sea was permanently altered. This led to an increase in the sea level by 1 meter. This increase led to massive tsunamis that inundated the coastline of many islands. The destruction produced an extremely deep gaping hole. This hole is extremely similar to that of Enies Lobby. Now that it has been established that the gaping holes are not the result of natural phenomenon, we can conclude that Imu's weapon was once used before. And sometime after the destruction of this island, Enies Lobby was constructed. The exact period when this destruction took place is not given, but Oda did make sure to leave a few hints. The most important of these hints has to do with the Gate Guardians Oimo and Kashi. 50 years ago, Oimo and Kashi were tricked into serving the world government as guardians of the gates of Enies Lobby. This means Enies Lobby was present over 50 years ago. From this clue alone, we can assume that the destruction of the island took place over 50 years ago. Who then provided the power source for this weapon? The answer to this question is very important, but Oda has not yet revealed that in the story. What we do know is that Dr. Vegapunk was probably not the one who provided the power needed by this weapon. The reason for this is simple. 50 years ago, Dr. Vegapunk was 15 years old and did not have all the knowledge which he does have now. He also was probably not yet working for the world government at the time. This hypothesis is further strengthened when you add in the fact that this event would have taken place greater than 50 years ago, which means Dr. Vegapunk would have been even younger. The main clue Oda has left behind is what Daffy said about the national treasure of Marigiois. He asked Law to perform the perpetual youth surgery on him so that he could be able to enact his revenge on the celestial dragons. It has been speculated that Daffy's plan consisted of taking control of the national treasure of Marigiois, which I do believe is the ancient weapon Uranus. If we assume that in order to utilize this ancient weapon, the wielder must be immortal, that would explain why the Law's devil fruit had such a high bounty on it. Secondly, what would happen if a normal human uses the weapon? I believe it will absorb his or her life force, causing them to age significantly. But if one has perpetual youth, that would mean that they will not age when they use this weapon. The million-dollar question would be, is this Imu immortal or not? Despite the fact that Ivankov said Imu was the name of one of the leaders of the 20 nations, it is possible that the title of Imu has been passed down the family. Also, it is possible as well that there is another consequence of using Uranus. A consequence that Imu would love to avoid. Which is why he would opt to use the Mother Flames, since it can easily be made, and does bypass the drawback experienced when powering the weapon with one's life force. I believe it was this method that Emi used to not only destroy the island that was previously located at Eni's lobby, but also God Valley as well. I will end by saying that there could be a side effect of using the ancient weapon Uranus. And that has to do with the sun never setting at Eni's lobby. The same thing could be said about Marigiois.